We've got my Minnie Mouse headband on. Join me as I prep my skin for microneedling with the TRIPollar device. This radio frequency treatment warms my skin, boosting blood flow for even better collagen repair.
Did you pack the flashlight, the blanket, and the mat?
Also, before we go any further, let's do the disclaimer. My videos are created with adult women in mind. My videos are not for children. I mark my content as 18 plus. This video is for educational purposes only. Unfortunately, it has become obvious to me that there is an attack on real information that helps real women. This gross censorship is appalling and abusive. Help me combat this attack on useful, true information by sharing this video with your friends and on your socials. So this is a radio frequency device, but the thing that's amazing about it, and I'll show you, is that this lights up when you get to the right temperature. I haven't seen any other radio frequency devices, at least at this price point, that do that. And that is so helpful because all my other radio frequency devices, I have no idea the temperatures that they're getting at or what my temperature of my skin is getting up to. And then I have no idea how long it's keeping those temperatures. So in order for true radio frequency to be effective, you need to be at a certain temperature, which is around 100 degrees, for about 5 minutes, like in an area. So here's our TRIPollar cream. We're gonna put, it's like a gel, and we're gonna put some on our skin, and we'll start on this side. You actually don't need very much of this. And I'm gonna do my cheeks. Now, the reason I decided to start warming up my skin before we microneedle is because I wanted to bring the blood to the surface. For microneedling, oh my gosh, this gel smells so good. If you bring more blood to the surface before you microneedle, which is why people like to do a carboxy mask, for instance, before microneedling, then you get more blood to the surface, which means you get more of that active builder as you create the collagen induction or the controlled trauma. Now you just have like essentially more workers at your disposal close to the surface. So it's an idea. And I thought, well, radio frequency makes me red. So that means it's bringing blood and oxygen to the surface. So let's do that before we microneedle. So that's where that theory came in today. So I just turned it on. Here's the green light, and we're just gonna start running it on our face. Now, there are 4 prongs around kind of like a center little pin. I believe this center pin is the thing that is keeping track of temperature. You need to make sure that these 4 prongs are all touching your skin. If they're not, then I guess it doesn't work correctly. I'm not really sure if it's some kind of thing to do with a current, like a circuit or something else, but it definitely says in the instructions you need to have all 4 of those probes touching your skin at the same time. So now what we're doing is for the next 5 minutes, we're just going to be running this in a circle on my cheek. And what's going to happen is it's going to build up heat. And then the little thing here, if you can see it on the end here, that will go orange. Here we go, that's better. Okay, this is a little light and it will go orange. And it's a beautiful device, but like when your hands are all goopy, you basically mess up like the really pretty mirror of it, but you get what I'm saying. Like we're running it. It's slightly warm. Okay. It's just slightly warm. It's not like hot. It's not, it actually feels really good. If you woke up and you're like, you need a lot of lymph drainage because you like just get really swollen when you sleep, you could do a kind of like lymph drainage thing with this because it's just heating. You could push all that lymph fluid down to the side and down your face if you wanted. It feels really nice underneath the eyes. Like it's just a lovely device. Like I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it when I bought it because I was like, oh, there's just another one of those devices, Kim, that you're gonna buy and you're not gonna know what to do with it exactly, or you're not gonna know how to really judge it. And the first time I used it, I was like, wait a minute, this is actually kind of cool. And when it turns orange, then you're like, oh, it's like working. Okay, so now it's starting to get warmer. I can feel it heating up. Ah, see? It's like magic. Okay, so now for the next 3 minutes, we're going to run it in these spaces, just doing like little circles around my cheeks. And you could do this in every section of your face, but it's really my cheeks that are the meatiest part of my body. I mean, on my face. I have meatier parts of my body. For instance, I'm not gonna do it on my forehead. I'm just gonna do it on our cheek area and get these like nice and rosy. You can see, right? You can see it's going red. And because of the bright lights, it probably minimizes how red it's going, but it is going red. And so I just keep doing like my little circles, getting all the skin heat. See, it will, look, it lost So when I moved too much out of the space that I had heated up, the orange light turned off because it was like, wait a minute, we don't have the skin to that temperature yet, which is why when you switch locations, like when we switch to this side of my cheek, it will turn off orange for a minute, but then it will not take as long to get back up to orange as it did this initial side. So I don't really know why it takes so long initially, because in theory, you would think that it would take as long to heat up on this side as well, but it won't. So I don't exactly understand that. But anyways, we're just doing a nice little massage on my cheek. You can't stop, I mean, you could stop it, but if you stop it in a spot, it gets really, really hot. So you just got to keep moving it around, and it just keeps bringing blood to the surface and creating heat in your skin, which then your body wants to fix, right? Your body, this is a response. Your body doesn't want to stay like this, so it's got to do something. It's got to fix it. Fixing it means bringing down the temperature. Bringing down the temperature requires your body to do something. And so your skin goes to work repairing itself and taking down the temperature. And that is essentially how the basics of collagen induction work. You trigger some kind of injury, micro injury, and that causes the skin to need to fix itself. And that can be just putting heat into the skin. Okay, so now we're gonna switch to the other side because we've done that side long enough, and then watch, it will go not orange again, but we're gonna wait, and it will go orange faster than it did when we were doing our first side. And that doesn't really make that much sense to me, but it does. Here, let me see if I can like get it there. Now you can see it. And then let me go back into the chat. Okay, so now look at, we're orange. Isn't that, see, doesn't that not make as much sense to you guys either? Because this skin on this side was definitely not like getting any precursory heat. So why would it just like jump up faster? So I don't know. I don't think, it must be something. Okay, so see, like I went out of that area and it dropped from being orange again. So you just have to, as you're doing your little circles and kind of like treating the area, you have to stay kind of close to your epicenter and moving. Like they talk about going in like a circle like this and then making your circle bigger so that you keep the heat like consistent, because if you go like too far out really quick, then the heat will drop. But I kind of like do my own pattern, but in circular motions, just kind of like, almost like I'm microneedling, honestly. I'm doing my like little squiggly cues or curls is kind of like what I'm doing. And I just think it feels good. And we want nice, plump, juicy cheeks, right? That way when we put on our highlighter, it just really, really pops and it just looks beautiful and festive, and we look like little cherubs that were just born. That's what we want, right? 1 minute left. Ah, there we are. Okay. So then you just click it off. So then it's off. So here, I'm just using one of my sponges to like wipe off that material. Now we can just put its cap back on, if I have that somewhere. And this is its little base cap. And see, it just sits on your nightstand or probably in your bathroom, and it looks gorgeous. Like, it just looks, I've had it back here in my little Christmas setup, and it's, it just looks so pretty. Just like sitting here next to my favorite perfume, being beautiful. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Join our Skin and Wellness app linked below to get more skincare tips, tricks, and exclusive discounts on products. The app is full of like-minded people who are enthusiastic about skincare, improvement through exercise, and the benefits of peptides and good nutrition.
What you said, what I said, that might have made it worse. We're here again at the same spot where we kissed the first time. I swear my pain's far away, long gone by now. We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30.